Hi, this is the continuation of the Department of Defense Summer Reader Overview. You've already seen the initial overview, which just talked about the general features of Summer Reader and some of the things that you would expect in this series of webinars. Now let's talk about the Patron view. You should have already received an email that has two links in it, and one of those links is for the Patron side of the software. That is what you will add to your website so that patrons can click on that link and then proceed to the Summer Reader site. The Summer Reader link that you receive is specific just for your library, so no other libraries can see the information that's in there. Patrons from other reading programs, for instance, can't access that information. It's only for your library staff, and your library users. You can add that link to your site just by hyperlinking it. You can use HTTP or HTTPS to add a layer of security. And from that Patron view, patrons can register themselves for summer reading. They can log the information related to the things that they've been reading. They can also submit reviews. They can also check out cool links and messages. Those are two customizable fields that you can customize as a staff member or as an administrator. And they allow you to share links and messages across all of your summer reading programs or just for specific reading programs. Also in the Patron view, your patrons can check out their information, they can edit their information, they can view the reviews they've written, they can edit those reviews, they can review the reviews of everyone in the reading program that has contributed a review, and they can also log out. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like. So this page should look really familiar to you. You've seen this page and the associated tabs at the top showing the kids, teens, and adults programs. Of course, here are the links that can be featured on your page. The login area that I mentioned, the important messages, and the reviews area. So let's pretend that this particular patron has not signed up yet. They can click the Sign Me Up button, and they can see a series of fields. Now the fields that are on the Summer Reader site that you've been sent should stay the same. That's because the Department of Defense would like that information for statistical purposes, as well as for drawings. However, while you can't take any of the fields away, you're welcome to add fields, and that's going to be demonstrated in one of the upcoming webinars. So we can click back. We'll just assume that this has been filled out. And we'll try to log in now. So my username is Reed, and my password is Reed1. And we'll click Login. Now the page changes, and you can see that the login area has now become an activity center. There's a couple things happening here. You can see that there's a scrolling marquee that says, "You've won a prize, visit the library and pick it up." That's because I've reached one of the milestones related to this particular program. Your patrons can add or view their log. They can check out their information. They can look at the reviews they've written. And here they kind of have a summary of what's going on in the reading program. They can see how many hours they've read so far, how much they have to read to get to another prize, and what length of time is left in the program. Again, that's something that you can edit. You can edit if you want the program to be based on hours, minutes, or other variables, and you can also edit the time frame in which they can read. Other things like the important messages and the reviews haven't changed, but we're going to get back to how to submit a review in just a minute. So let's say I've read an additional hour of a book, or I've watched an additional hour of a movie. We'll go and we'll select a date that we've done this, because maybe we did it while we were out of town, we weren't near a computer, and we maybe saw a movie but we weren't able to add information about it. So let's say on Friday the 4th, for 2 hours, we watched Star Wars. We can say, these science fiction movies are great for people who think space stuff is cool. And then we can select from a series of items, and in this case we're going to choose movie or film. And we can give it a rating. So we're going to select that it's going to get 5 stars. You can also see on the same page that my other reviews are also included. And while staff members can log a review, patrons can log reviews as well, like we're doing here. And I can tell whether or not my information has been logged by a staff member or by a patron. We'll show you how to do a staff logging in one of the next webinars. So we'll hit save. And now my information is added to my review list. So let's go back. And we've added that to our log so that that now counts towards prizes. But we also want to add some information to our reviews. To add additional information to your reviews, you have to go down to Reviews and click Submit Review. And a new box pops up, and we can type in Star Wars. And we can say that we love, or I love these movies. They are the best. What do you think? And we'll give it a 5 rating again, and we'll hit save. Now we know that the review has been submitted, but it's not going to show up because all of the reviews are in pending mode. So that means that they're going to have to wait until a member of the staff approves them. And like I said, in another webinar, we're going to be showing you that, and that's going to be in the recorded list of webinars. So a few last things that they can do. They can click My Info and edit their information. So maybe they have a birthday during the course of summer reading, and they can change their age. So now they're 9 years old, and they can hit save to make that change stick. They can also change their password. So if they accidentally give their password to someone, or they don't think their password is secure enough, they can go in and change it. But we'll hit save now that our information is edited. So we've seen how to add to our log and how to view our log. We've seen how to edit our information. We've seen how to add a review. Now let's just go and check all of our reviews before we log out. And you can see there's a whole list of information here. You can see all of the reviews that I've written, and then you can see the ratings I've given them, and you can also see their status. So maybe I submitted a review, but I'm not sure why the librarian hasn't approved it yet, or I want to see why it might not be appearing online. Well, I can see here that it's still pending. It hasn't been looked at, so I don't have to worry about why it may have not been accepted. But if I decide I want to change my review, I can click View or Edit, and a dialog box will pop up that allows me to go and change my review if I want. Let's say I decided I didn't want to give it a 5, I wanted to give it a 4. So we'll hit Save. And we're back at our reviews page again. We can hit back again. And there we are at our home page. So now we've learned how to manage our information, manage our reviews, view the reviews of everyone else, and how to log out. And we're going to do that now. And we're all set. And we're back to the home page. If you have any questions about that, you can email us at support@evantsolutions.com.